Hello, I'm Petr Svoboda. I'm CEO of Shopsys. We have 65 employees and 13 years of experience building hundreds of successful e-commerce sites, and we are launching our platform in a month. I'm here to talk about the most common problems we see in e-commerce technologies and how we address them. So, e-commerce has been around for 27 years, and the competition has always existed on three fronts: product range, prices, and logistics. Currently, for leading e-commerce companies, these criteria become to represent a standard of e-commerce, and the competitive edge has moved elsewhere. As a rule, wide product range is already a standard. Even specialized online stores have thousands of items. Online retailers have also stopped using this feature in their advertising campaigns. As for prices, while some big e-shops still rely on low prices to beat out competitors, this has become less important when a customer chooses a product. Shoppers expect their favorite online stores to provide fair and reasonable prices. And online retailers also realized that low margins no longer generate enough money for other investments. In terms of logistics, the next day delivery is a standard. There is no way around it. Companies that are not able to make good at this guarantee are quickly outpaced by other companies. And because all these factors have standardized, the question is, where is the real area of competition? With more and more money invested in e-commerce and many new players trying to gain their market share, the real fight has moved into securing customer loyalty. And to build a loyalty means to build a brand. And any good brand recognizes customer journey. From the process of seeing your advertisement, visiting your store, using your technology, communicating with your staff, to that final decision to make a purchase. And then again and again. And yet, it has taken many years for online retailers to really focus on loyalty and branding. Almost up until now, the most common topics at e-commerce conferences were customer acquisition and conversion rates. Only few have focused on entire buying process, aftercare, and branding as a whole. And customer journey consists from hundreds of little steps and ensuring that each step is a success. As a result, the battle has moved into software development field. Those who can evaluate fast, modify their software quickly, develop new features, ultimately have the edge. How often are you able to develop new features to your e-commerce sites? Once a month? Once a week? For example, Amazon deploys new feature every 12 seconds. While none of us can compete with the resources of Amazon, it still highlights the trend in e-commerce toward being current and flexible. Retail and e-commerce companies are becoming tech companies that also do an e-commerce. And the innovation is the heart of this. For example, Uber, the world's largest taxi company in the world, doesn't own a single car. Airbnb, largest accommodation provider, doesn't own a single bed. But what they have in common is their reliance on rapidly evolving technology. And every leading e-commerce company has to follow that. But what is the biggest problem for and impediment to rapid software development in e-commerce? It's technical debt. Time is valuable, and when your programmers spend it handling technical debt, I mean repairing and maintaining software, the less time they have to create new features and to making their software current. And that's not all. The even worse type of technical debt is technical debt with vendor lock. In other words, when the vendor is the only one who understands how and is able to fix it. For retailers, to prevent this, they mostly, especially leading e-commerce sites, mostly develop their platforms from scratch by their own. To address that wasted man hours, we have decided to develop Shopsys framework. It's based on best available technologies and 13 years of experience with building hundreds of successful e-commerce sites. It's simple, stable, ready to be scaled. We have included everything that ambitious e-commerce site needs, and it can be tailored to your business by internal or external team. Shopsys prevents technical debt thanks to its architecture, testing methodology, and automatic source code quality control. Yet it makes simple to any developer, even a junior one, to quickly develop new features in a proper way. And because it's open source, there is no issue of vendor lock. To summarize it, every leading e-commerce company, to really succeed, needs to develop as a tech company. The conventional battlefield don't exist anymore. Customer experience is what matters today, and it's mostly influenced by companies' ability to quickly respond to customer and business needs, to quickly modify, develop new features, and evaluate. The most common killers of innovation speed are technical debt and vendor lock. So many e-commerce players develop their own platform by their own. In our view, this is illogical and wasteful. That's why we developed Shopsys framework to help with rapid software development. If you are interested, we are launching in a month. You can subscribe to our newsletter or you can apply to closed beta right now. Thank you very much.